coach there long term, but it shouldn't be there. I don't like that coach.
We hear you. No problem. No problem.
But unfortunately, that is the coach that we have.
It's Friday. You have a game today, right?
Yeah,
opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season opener.
Yeah.
So we'll see about it.
Yeah,
anyway. Good morning to Authentic. Good morning to Authentic.
Good morning to Authentic. Good morning to Authentic. I think today we should pass.
We'll be seeing Authentic later on today.
Authentic
So,
today.
let's say good morning to Authentic. And this is the Morning Star, of course. My name is Lantam. Ibrahim Al Hassan is here as well. And it's a nice Friday morning. Very nice Friday morning. Yeah, they say you don't advise people on Friday.
No. Do you? On Monday, when we are empowered to advise you, you don't need advice because whatever iniquities you did over the weekend is enough to serve as a lesson. So Fridays,
so don't advise people on Friday.
No, it's a weekend. So their minds are fixated on the weekend. If they are resting, they are going to rest. If they are going to chill, they are going to chill. Mm-hmm. If they are attending a funeral, they are going to attend a funeral, right? Mm-hmm. The funeral in itself to serve as a lesson to brethren, but it doesn't. Imagine the things people do at funerals. Somebody's dead, though. And that's supposed to be like a reminder. In Islam, they tell you that always visit the cemetery. But that's the best place you repent.
It will remind you that one day you can be there.
Exactly.
One day you can find yourself there.
Exactly.
So life is fleeting. So in all that you do, make sure that you are measured.
Yes. But even now, people go to the Islamic cemetery and they are taking selfies.
Hey.
Oh, yes.
Is that so?
Oh, yeah, they take selfies.
Yes. At the cemetery.
Yes.
Hey.
They do. Haven't you seen?
Why are they taking selfies at the cemetery?
When we were kids, when you hear a siren that signals that a hearse is passing, you run and you hide. You don't want to hear anything about dead body.
You don't want to see it.
Now, children are taking selfies and then they are doing videos with the bodies of their grandmothers.
With the corpse, I've seen that one on social media.
Lying in state.
Yeah, I've seen that one on social media where, someone was lying in state and their granddaughter or whoever it was was standing there taking selfies. I was like, hey,
that's where we are.
Are we serious right now?
That's where we are.
Are we really serious?
Yeah, put me a coma.
But going to the cemetery and going to take selfies. Why will you go to the cemetery to go and take selfies?
They do.
Or is it like it's a burial service and everybody
of course,
has arrived?
Oh no, that's the point I'm making. Like we are going to bury somebody.
Okay.
The last thing you want to do is even draw your phone. To be honest with you.
Okay. But you know that in this 21st century, that can never happen. Everybody's on their phones, you see. And it is one of the biggest tragedies of the digital age.
Yeah.
Where everyone is on their phones, right? And so a lot of things are being affected. Even social interactions, are being affected.
That's true.
Those days, you'd go out with friends. Yeah. Everybody is sitting there, talking, laughing, one topic after another, Yeah. Good conversations.
Yeah.
The food comes, you eat the food.
Yeah.
You take your drinks, and while you are eating and while you are drinking, you are having a conversation and you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Because there were no phones.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, a group of girls go out or a group of guys go out. They are seated at the table. Yeah. Everybody's on their phone. Everybody's on their phone.
To is even very important. And so you talk about boys and girls.
Yeah.
People on a date
with
official
each other.
Date
with each other.
We're supposed to get you acquainted with each other, get to know each other. They're on their phones.
Can you imagine? You see, and it's destroying us. And it's not like they are doing anything better on their phones.
No.
They're on Instagram watching reels.
Yes.
You know the funny thing?
Yeah.
Maybe you're on a date with someone. You are seated at one side of the table. She's on the other side of the table. Then both of you are waiting for your food.
Yes.
They don't put their phones away.
No.
The girl will be on Instagram.
Yeah.
The guy too will be on TikTok or Snapchat.
Yeah.
And you know what? They will be sharing reels with each other. I'm sitting in front of you. You are sitting across from me.
Yeah.
And then I'll be sending you Instagram reels.
Chatting virtually.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's so sad. It's so sad. You see a group of girls. You know what they do?
No.
They sit down. And then all of them gather at the table. Maybe they've gone out to have a girls' day out or anything. And then they sit down at the table.
Yeah.
When they sit down at the table, then everybody takes out their phone and starts doing a video, doing reels to show on Instagram and to show or streaks on Snapchat. That, hey, girls night out. Girls night, we are out. Then they'll raise up the phone. Then everybody will come into the phone. Then they'll take a selfie or they take a video. Hey, then they'll make a lot of noise. And then after that, everybody goes back to their phone.
Meanwhile, they're getting together.
So you see it on social media and think, oh, the girls went out and they were having fun. Go to the table there and go and see. After taking the pictures, and then When nobody is taking pictures again, the rest of it, they're on their phone posting or watching reels on Instagram or texting us. Then everybody is silent on the phone. Then when the food comes, they will do a video of the food.
Yeah, that's it.
And take pictures of the food and
post.
After that, they'll go back.
There's no direct interpersonal connection
at all.
And you see, it looks like a movie scene, and the setting is the restaurant. So they all gathered there to shoot a video, and then go back home.
Like, so was there real bonding?
No.
Was there real?
No.
Because I went to a restaurant time. One time.
Yeah.
And I saw exactly that. A group of girls, they came to sit at the table.
Yeah.
Hey, we are here. One of them took out their phone. Hey, did a video. And after that,
that's it.
After they finished doing the video, then everybody else who was making noise that we have arrived, we're having a girls' night, everybody went to their phone.
Yeah.
Everybody was on their phone.
That's it.
I just saw like two of the girls once in a while chat with each other. Everybody was on their phone.
Yes.
Like, I was like,
Yes. And that's the thing. See, I was talking about funerals. For my life, I don't understand why we cook at funerals. To be honest with you. Charlie, somebody's dead.
I mean, you don't know.
What?
Have you eaten funeral jollof before?
You see?
Yeah.
I'm told.
Have you eaten funeral jollof before? Funeral jollof.
A gentleman posted about the troubles pregnant women put their husbands through. and with their cravings. and one of them was that in the middle of the night, the wife woke up and said she needed funeral jollof. So she was wondering whether they should go and kill somebody.
Funeral jollof.
In the middle of the night.
Funeral jollof. In the middle of the night, I tell your husband that you want funeral jollof. Hey, where is he going to get funeral jollof? But now to be serious, cravings that pregnant women get in the night.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some of them will want to eat stones.
I don't know.
Yeah, but see, I feel we should get them to know that. Sandy, I beg, we should get the pregnant women to know that it's not every craving that must be worked on. You see, some of them are fantasies.
I don't know. I've heard stories, but I've not
poultry droppings.
And I've seen a lot. I've seen some before because I mean my sisters have been pregnant and all. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't have a wife yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm now coming to experience.
Why is that fortunately unfortunately? That's unfortunately. It cannot be fortunately.
Fortunately or unfortunately.
Take the unfortunately.
You see, there are two sides to every story. There are two sides to every coin, right? Every coin has two sides, heads and tails. So,
I hear you.
There are the pros and cons.
The cons. Okay.
In every situation.
Yeah. So in essence, the pro will be that you have your freedom.
I have freedom.
Okay.
I can get up and do what I want without having to answer to anybody.
You have to go and provide funeral jollof in the middle of the night.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So it's a pro.
Yeah.
It's a pro.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But to be honest, why do we cook at funerals? Okay. So I understand the point that people might have traveled from wherever. But Charlie, you are coming to mourn me. Not. And then people have the guts to complain about how bad the food is. Funeral food.
You don't understand.
I don't.
Why there should be food at funeral? Well, they want to serve the guests, I mean, people have traveled.
You're supposed to come and
cry.
cry.
But you see, people have traveled. Like, let's say,
lose appetite.
Let's say people have traveled from far and wide. Let's say, there's a funeral let's say there's a funeral in my hometown.
No, that's okay.
My hometown, Buya.
That's understandable.
In the northern region, in the Pandai, area, constituency.
Yeah.
Then my people here, you guys have traveled all the way from here to come for a funeral.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a funeral that I'll have to be attending there soon anyway.
No problem.
So.
And then you go.
I
still think they should serve you. Probably
water,
where you'll be sleeping.
Food.
But the funeral ground, people are actually fighting over food. Somebody's dead.
No, but people actually come to the funeral ground, and from the funeral ground, they won't go to the house. They will go straight back home from the funeral ground. So at least for your time, we give you some food.
No problem.
Yeah, we give you some food.
No problem. In Islam, it's not actually advisable. So
I mean, in Islam, you guys, before you even do the funeral, once the person is dead,
yes,
you straight away go and bury the person, right?
Yeah, yes, that's that. But even if you decide to do the funeral, the thing is, you are advised that the neighbors should rather be those who are cooking to feed the people who come to visit. So it's not even advisable that the family that's bereaved sets fire. Right? So that family is not supposed to be allowed to cook.
Right.
So the neighbors. And of course, you see that very often where people actually help with food and everything. But the point I'm making is that when you are going to mourn somebody, lose appetite. You see, somebody's dead. You can't have your appetite on your forehead like that, and then to the point that you are criticizing how bad the food is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's become the norm.
Anyway,
there's
also a funeral economy. So
don't blame anybody. Blame funeral jollof.
Yeah.
Funeral jollof. Blame.
It's a funeral economy. Hey. Anyway, and today being Friday, it's interesting how we are talking about funerals. There will be a lot of funerals. People will be traveling.
Yeah. So be safe out there. You know, when you are traveling. Okay, well, it's Friday, so you can't advise anybody on the Friday.
No, but on this one, we can advise you be safe.
Be safe out there, especially when you are driving. Yes,
don't
do not drink and drive.
Yeah.
The old advocacy that we used to hear growing up: if you drink, don't drive, and if you drive,
don't drink.
Yeah. So that's one thing that you should be taking note of.
Yeah. Unless you believe in ghosts. Talking about Fridays.
Yeah.
The former president certainly believes in ghosts. It says Nkrumah's ghost could have gotten up from wherever he's sleeping and then slapped Napo. I wonder how a ghost slap would sound like. You know, the regular one.
Haven't you seen some before?
No,
you've not been watching all these Kumawood movies and things.
No.
Azonto ghost and things.
It's not the one that
you've not seen
a car actually knocks a ghost.
Hey, which movie did the car knock a ghost? Which movie did the car knock a ghost? But I would not be surprised if I saw a car knocking a ghost.
Oh yeah, it's possible.
If there's Azonto ghost, and
the
win was Azonto
ghost dancing and what have you,
slapping people. I know you go and watch. It happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah, you're right though.
Yeah, and there are some prophets who are able to enter the realms of the spirit and slap people.
Yeah. And there are others who could actually turn into what would Obinim turning into?
Oh, you said they turn into lion,
snake or something,
and all of that. If you are turning into a snake,
they'll kill you.
How can a prophet?
Remember Diabolo. Now you're war.
You can't be Diabolo.
Yeah, you can't be Diabolo.
If you're a prophet, why should you be turning into a snake? Why?
Prophets and snakes, they don't meet. Okay, the serpent. The serpent is more or less like the devil, right?
The serpent is, the serpents are associated with deceit. Deceit and evil things. But there are instances in the Bible where, a serpent has been used for good.
Okay.
There are instances in the Bible. I don't know what I forget which character in the Bible it was. I don't know whether it was Moses or one of them.
I think Moses, the one the stick, his stick turned into a snake.
That is different. Moses' sticks turned into a snake
and then
swallowed the snakes of the other, magicians who were there. That's different, right? But that was just a way for God to demonstrate His power to Pharaoh. I'm talking about snakes biting people.
Okay.
Yeah, the snakes were biting people, and I think God instructed the man of God to use, is it gold or so, to make a snake.
Fashion it into a snake.
To fashion into the snake, and then told people to look up at the snake. When you look up at the snake, then you get healed of the snake bite. Yeah, it's in the Bible. I forget exactly which character it was, whether it was Moses or whether it was
nice one.
One of them. For those who are listening, if you can remember, please tell me.
Oh, but you can simply just even
Google it. Okay.
Yeah, snake turn into gold. Anyway,
the snake didn't turn into gold.
Gold turn into snake. Interesting. Okay.
I'm looking for it.
Okay, you're looking for it also.
I'm looking for it.
While you look for it, let me give you the Ghanaian Times this morning. President inaugurates $52 million Bolga Regional Hospital Rehabilitation Project to boost healthcare.
All right.
And then the president, I'm sure somebody might have whispered to the president that there is drought, a very heavy one in the northern part of the country.
Yeah.
And that he should have spoken about it at this particular program, because I've seen the president on X indicate that whilst he's in the region, he might as well write about the drought and that he's aware that farms are being scorched. Right, and that in the coming days, government will announce a measure to at least address the situation.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the measure will be that government will create rain, but maybe farmers whose farms have been affected, government will announce some packages for them, because it's quite serious. I've seen pictures and videos of maize farms now turn brownish, indicating that the drought has actually taken a toll.
And a lot of some of the the grains that we eat here in this country, a lot of it comes from the north. So if we don't take care, it could potentially cause a food shortage problem. I think I heard on one network someone talking about if we are not very careful about the food situation, we could gradually get to a point where what happened in 1983 could happen if the necessary measures are not put in place. It may seem as though food is in abundance right now, especially in the southern parts of the country, but we should be careful.
It is against next year, usually there's a crop season.
The crop season.
Whatever branch you'll be bearing will be against next year, not this year.
So there are serious warnings. But I believe that Brian Champong and the Agric Ministry are on top of issues. So they should make sure that they are on top of issues. I want to believe that they are on top of issues. So
yes, but like we said here last time, the chief imam, that was regional chief imam led the prayer, and I'm told they experienced some rainfall in Wa. So the others must do same, and then at least they will have room to avert any catastrophe, as the president is warning. Child adoption rising in Ghana. 158 families apply in first half of 2024. This is good news, especially for me as a social worker.
Yeah.
In the past, and when I say in the past, I'm talking about just about 10 years ago, even less. There was this abhorrence that we had, Ghanaians, and Africans, were going to fill documents and then applying to adopt somebody's child or somebody's children and make them your own. And that drove a lot of families into depression, especially families that are unable to make babies on their own. Right? Elsewhere, it should be that easy that there are children in homes that do not have parents, that are in dire need of parental care. There's a system in place that allows you, who has the means to take care of such children, to go and apply legally. Adopt them. They bear your name. They become part and parcel of your family. And that is it. Nobody's left behind. But here, go to the children's homes. They are there, and then some of them never get adopted because of the stigma that's attached with this whole process. So it's good news that at least Ghanaian families are becoming accustomed to the fact that
you can adopt.
You can adopt.
Yeah.
There are many ways of you having a family, including adoption.
I mean, if you don't have children, you can adopt someone. I mean, it's always an option, to have someone that you can actually take care of. And there are blessings,
obviously,
in some of these things, right? That's why a lot of people would, even if they have their own children, also adopt other children and take care of them. So, yes, that's something that we should be happy about.
But it speaks to one other thing: our fertility rates. Yes, our fertility rate. So 2 ways. Yes. It's good that families are now becoming accustomed to the fact that you can adopt.
Yes.
Right. But the numbers increasing. If you look at the data, will also tell you that, then it means that other families are now keeping smaller sizes of biological families, or they are unable to make families of their own, so they are taken to adoption.
Well, I think
all is good.
There's a lot of advocacy for family planning. Especially considering a lot of people do family planning for economic reasons. Right? Because the more children you have, the more money you have to spend on taking care of the children. And so for economic reasons, and even for ease of doing things, right? It's more difficult to take care of 4 children than 2. So people would rather have 2 or 3 children rather than have, 6 or 7. Are there people who are still getting 7 children? 8, 9, 10 children? Are there people
who are 7? Right, I'm talking about my siblings.
That was those days. We are 5. We too, we are 5. That was those days.
So I'm talking about it is from your level. It's from your level that from your level they started pushing the idea of 4, right? So I think now many people still stick to the idea of 4.
I think a lot of people now like 2.
So then you see, then it's coming down.
Then
you get to a point where a lot of people will say we don't want it at all. It happened in Germany. It happened in Japan.
Well, I mean, those people, they have a different cultural setting, and they have a different I think it's culture. They have a different cultural, you know, way of doing things and different mindset and a different society. So the things that excites them and the things that they want to do are very, very, very different
from ours.
Yeah. So over here, if you say that you don't want to have children, hardly will you hear
somebody support you.
Yeah, you know, support you. But over there, of course, it's something that someone can say, I don't want to have children. You know, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, they think children are liabilities. They think getting pregnant
children are a lot of responsibility.
It's a way of they think, especially the women, some of them think becoming pregnant is a deformity.
They don't want to destroy their body, so they rather even hire. That's if they want to have children. They will hire surrogates to you know, to have the baby for them.
All right. So free academic user fee policy targets students who cannot pay. Experts urge NDC, and 17 pubs others fined 475,000 Ghana cedis for flouting public smoking law. You know, there's a ban. There's actually a law against public smoking.
Smoking in public.
You're supposed to designate a place for smoking.
But a lot of people do it.
You do it.
A lot of people do it. Even the illegal substances, a lot of people do it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You have people you
and
call...
nowadays, people are doing openly in the full glare of the public.
Secondary smokers. And the impact of the smoke on you, the secondary smoker. And the secondary smoker is somebody who is just there and somebody else is smoking. You know? The impact on you is far worse than even the one who is smoking. You are inhaling the smoke from the one who is smoking.
Yeah.
The other headline here, KGTR market plunged into darkness over 2 million Ghana cedi electricity.
But we are told that power has been restored.
The power has been restored now, And Anglo Gold, Absa Bank empower 40 female entrepreneurs in Ashanti region. That is it for the Ghanaian Times.
All right, I have the daily graphic, but I found the passage I was looking for in the Bible. It's in Numbers, and it was Moses.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Moses and the Israelites, so I was right.
Yeah.
So the Lord said to Moses, make a bronze, so it was bronze, not gold. Make a bronze snake and put it on a pole. When anyone who is bitten looks at it, the person will live. So Moses made a bronze snake and put it on the pole, and then when a snake bit anyone, that person looked at the bronze snake and lived. So that's one of the this one is even I don't even think it's positive for snakes. The only positive thing for the snake is that there was a bronze snake that was made, so that one is not even a proper snake. But the snakes were biting the Israelites.
I'm sure that's where we got snake serum from. Because let's look at this.
Snake serum.
Look at this. Now.
Oh, anti-venom.
And that's the point.
Yeah.
Right. When you look at the solution that God gave Moses.
Yeah.
What was it against? It was against snake bites, right?
Against snake bites,
And then he asked him to fashion a snake out of bronze.
Yes.
So using a snake to cure snake bite. So the same way, actually in real life, the snake serum that I talk about.
It's taken from the snake. They use the venom of the snake.
They use the venom of the snake to do it.
Yeah.
So that's the point. So that, you see, that's the linkage. Yeah.
I think it's just about the same way that vaccines, are developed, right?
Yeah.
They use, the whatever virus.
That is seeking to fight against.
Yes, that then they use it. But anyway, on the daily graphic today, Middle Northern Belt's drought. Farmers risk loans default. Food security investments are under threat.
Yeah.
And that's according to GIRSAL. So about 34,000 farmers, and of course you looked at this in the Ghanaian Times newspaper. About 34,000 farmers in the middle and northern parts of the country risk defaulting on their bank loans due to a destruction of some farmers' crops and the inability of others to plant as a result of inadequate rainfall. The inadequate rainfall has resulted in a long spell of drought in parts of the country, prompting fears of food insecurity. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Expert predicts, this is what I was talking about earlier, that some experts are predicting that we could have a drought or we could have 83 come. Experts predict that food production in the areas considered to be the biggest agricultural zones of the country is likely to drop significantly if the drought continues for the next few weeks. The chief operating officer of the Ghana Incentive-Based Risk-Sharing System for Agricultural Lending, Samuel Yeboah, told the Daily Graphic in an exclusive interview yesterday that it is a very dicey situation. So it comes back to what happened to one village, one dam. It is this particular kind of situation that the MPP administration under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo promised that when they come into office, they were going to do a one village, one dam. They were going to do a one village, one dam, so that those people out there who need irrigation will be able to access irrigation. So what happened to the one village, one dam?
That's a good question.
That now we're experiencing drought in the same areas where the one village, one dam was supposed to be.
But we ended up getting dugouts. That will have dried up long before now because it was supposed to be rain-fed. So we didn't do an irrigation system. An irrigation system has a water source.
They were shifting the goalpost.
Yes.
Because when they said one village, one dam, everybody thought there was going to be, even wasn't going to be a big dam.
Yeah.
It was going to be something which,
engineered
dam.
Yeah.
When they were now later told by the minister,
it became a dugout. So the dugout actually dried up before the crop started drying up. Right. So unfortunately, this should have been a perfect solution to the problem we are facing today in the northern part of the country.
That's what they made us imagine what happened.
The Tamale irrigation dam has not dried up. So those farming along the enclave are able to at least get water to feed their crops. It is those who farm, and you see, the northern belt is a very interesting place. They have just one short cropping season. Unlike the down south, which has a lean and then a main season, northern part of the country just has just one cropping season. Once you mess it, this problem we are having is what we're having. But anyway, let's see. The president talks about a solution that will come.
And so the solution should come because you promised that you were going to do one village, one dam, which has become a failed promise now because there is no dam there. And now the farmers, they are suffering and there is a drought, which could potentially lead to food shortage, which we do not want to happen. If there is food shortage, then we are heading towards famine. And I don't think that we are at a point where we want to experience any kind of famine, whatsoever anywhere. So, you see, and these are some of the things that, look, when politicians mount political platforms and they start getting excited by the crowd and they start, promising all kinds of things that they cannot, they come up with all kinds of ideas in their head that they know they've not properly even done any feasibility studies or anything of. You see, and we are not even asking them questions as to how implementable are these policies that they make, right?
Yeah.
If there's any word like implementable. Like how feasible,
of course,
how realistic are these promises that they are going to make? Okay, that they are making. If it is realistic, how is it going to be implemented? If it's something which can actually be done, how is it going to be implemented? Where is the funding going to come from? What kind of effect is it going to have? We should be asking some of these questions. We didn't ask those questions when they were promising one village. So it was one this, one that, one district, one factory, one village, one dam, one constituency, $1 billion. All of this sloganeering. Today, where are we with $1 million, one constituency? Where are we with it, Ivy? Where is it?
Good question.
Where is it?
Good question.
And the dams that have been, where are the dams that now people are experiencing drought?
Good question.
You see, so we are in the political season. Let us wake up and smell the coffee. Yeah. Let us wake up and smell the coffee. And look at these promises that the politicians, John Mahama and Dr. Bawumia, are making. Listen to some of the things they are saying and ask yourself, this thing that they are saying, are they serious? Do they really want to come and do this thing, or is it because it's campaign and so they are sitting on the platform or standing on the platform and saying just anything? We should be asking them, Dr. Bawumia and John Mahama.
Yeah.
We should be asking them.
I agree. Daily Statesman, Parliament Committee happy about Ghana gas shutdown works. Senate lauded over 230 million Ghana cedis surplus. Don't use pulpit for campaign. President moderator cautions church leaders. And Crapper takes ECG to task over customers' concerns. Hobson sued over Ajapadia document. 8 illegal forest traders arrested. President opens Bolga Regional Hospital. That is it for the Daily Statesman.
All right. Still on the Daily Graphic, teacher trainee or teacher nursing trainee allowances debate resurfaces. And Crapper tells or tasks ECG to address customer concerns. The O2 Senior is repeat or shocker. Choose prudence over populism. IFS urges government. So that is the Daily Graphic. On the,
let me give you Daily Post.
Yes, give me Daily Post.
Who are you to say you won't hand over power? Reverend Matthew Jemfi descends on Brian Echampong. And you are arrogant. You don't say evil things about the dead. Mahama slams Napo. NDC won't sign peace declaration ahead of election, says Asidun Ketia. Every election cycle, peace declarations are signed. NDC says this time around it won't sign. Mahama won't debate Bawumia because he's a liar, Asidun Ketia. That is it for the Daily Post.
The Herald newspaper, critical documents expose, Tobinco, FD and Akufo-Addo's law firm. Mahama likens Napo's arrogance to pregnancy. Alan Chemanting promises to revitalize Ghana's economy. NPP launches 2024 manifesto on Sunday. FDA boss runs from her negligence in 94 million Ghana cedi judgment debt case, announces appeal, and $5 million used to enhance Ghana gas plant. Parliamentary committee impressed. So that's the Herald newspaper.
The Chronicle this morning. SNIT's dramatic turnover shocks PAC. National Security swoops on 8 black market operators, seizes 156,074 Ghana cedis and 5,000 CFA francs. Akufo-Addo commissions $52 million Bolgatanga Regional Hospital, and government moves to tackle challenges facing state-owned enterprises. Quotation for this morning, Second Chronicles 15:7. But you, be strong and do not lose courage, for there is reward for your work.
Be strong and do not lose courage, because there is reward for your work.
And that reward is not in heaven, it's here on earth. Hopefully. Yeah.
They say the teacher's reward is in heaven.
Yeah, we always say that. And that's why they were killing us anyhow.
But it has to be here on earth. They have to chill while they are here on earth.
Because they were promised heaven, Charlie, they killing us anyhow. Charlie, there was a teacher killing you, you are laughing, thinks you were smiling. It kills you more. Anyway.
Daily Searchlight newspaper, sinking the economy, part 3 of scandal at Bust. 44 OMCs disappear with 59.9 million Ghana cedis. Tor no longer profitable. That's according to SIGA boss. Says 16 SOEs earmarked for divestiture over 80 billion Ghana cedi annual losses. Our state-owned enterprises are making losses. And this has been a problem which has plagued us for a while. And we seem not to want to do anything about the fact that our state-owned enterprises are making losses. Like, why? Is it that we have this attitude of a bindia, and once a bindia, we don't take good care of it, and we don't want to put in the necessary measures to make sure that the state-owned enterprises are operating at optimal capacity? I don't get it. Supreme Court, it's the conscience of the nation. That's according to the nominee. Set up innovation hubs to harness potentials in students, panelists. Panelists at ATU or to ATU, and also Forestry Commission Office vandalized over wrongful death case. So that's the Daily Searchlight news.
Let me give you the final one, the Weekend Crusading Guide. Drivers go agog over Baumia's proposal to extend validity of driver's license. SNIT records impressive financial turnaround, moves from deficit to a surplus exceeding 230 million Ghana cedis. And government crackdown on another illegal forest traders, 8 arrested. A Japadia document, Bumkum. Ochenhene's secretary slaps Hope Senadoe media with 10 million defamation suits. And Ghana Gas maintenance staff commended for saving government costs. Alan's GTP plan will transform Ghana. That's according to Samson Lade Anyenini. I'm told Alan has started sharing positions already. Says Samson Lade will be his Attorney General.
Oh, is that so?
And then Songo will be Sports Minister.
Is that so?
Yeah, so position yourself well.
Really? No, is that true? Like, did he?
They made the press encounter.
Really? Was it in jest? It was in jest. I'm sure it was in jest.
I hear you. No problem. If you're not speaking for Ireland, no problem. But he said it publicly. I hear
so
you.
that Songo will be the sports minister.
Yeah.
The fire. Finally, I've got the Inside newspaper. Coalition of CSOs against vigilantism, Catholic bishops and others, flay our Greek minister over we won't hand over power threats. And towards improved living conditions with jobs and a prosperous future, I believe Alan's movement and GTP can take us there. That's according to Samson Ladi. Mahama accuses President Akufo-Addo of wasting resources amidst widespread suffering by students. Zoom Lion partners Teshi Manche to launch homework cleanup exercise. Amid global outcry, Israeli bombardment and massacre continue in Gaza and Palestine. And Odai-Into family gradually losing credibility as it continues to extend boundaries beyond 1904 composite plan. So that's it on the Inside newspaper. Finally, I've got the Daily Dispatch. Mahama has now become an Agenda 111 envoy after saying it was impossible. That's according to the Information Minister. Alan Tremanting engaged in an exercise in futility. That's according to Che Bonsu. And 2024 elections, NDC targets 94% of votes in the Volta region. So that is the Daily Dispatch newspaper. So we'll take you to starfm.com.gh, and of course we're reminding you that when you wake up in the morning and you want to check the news online portal, starfm.com.gh should be the first portal that you check. 2 police officers interdicted for alleged extortion. CTAC strike, TTAG petitions Parliament. Ghanaians made a terrible mistake electing Akufo-Addo. That's according to John Mahama. Your plans to hold on to power will fail. Agboja to Brian Champong. Arrogance will expose you. Mahama jabs Napo. So these are the stories there on the front page of the, should I say, on the front page of starfm.com.gh. When you log on to starfm.com.gh, you'll find all of those stories there. It's 7:30 a.m. You're still listening to the Morning Star. This is live also on Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, and of course on Star 103.5 FM here in Accra. We're excited about the Friday. You know that we've got a lot coming up for you on the show today. Much later on, we're going to be having a week in review where our panelists will join us in the studio and we'll get to talking quite a number of issues to touch on. A lot of issues have come up for discussion throughout this entire week, and we're going to touch on all of those issues here on the show today. So make sure that you stay tuned in for that.